I'm doing another challenge. All those challenges, oh my god. Hello and welcome to my channel, The Danish Readaholic. My name is Silka and today I will be talking about Buzzword-a-thon. I've been doing Buzzword-a-thon for like the past 2-3 years, I think, but I don't do it like religiously, so it's not where I follow it for like January I need to read a book that has this in it. I wish I could, but I'm not that great. So I take all of the prompts and then it's just like 12 prompts that I need to fulfill before the end of the year, which has also proven a little bit of a challenge for me. So I think similarly to all the other challenges that I've set myself before, I've kind of forgotten about them throughout the year. So I've also, as I mentioned in my reading challenge update video, I've also made a poster for a Buzzword-a-thon, which means that I am locked down on these specific books for this readathon, which is maybe both a blessing and a curse. I don't know if towards the end I'll just see if there's anything else that I've read that could complete the prompt and then just call it a day. I don't know, I might, but it's not the point, but we'll see about it towards the end of the year how well it went. But before we go into the books that I've picked for 2024, I want to talk about the books that I read for 2023 and which prompts I fulfilled and which I didn't. So for January in 2023, we had the prompt that was Life and Death, and for that I read Long Live the Pumpkin Queen. We have live, so that counts. For February, we had to pick a book that had a verb in it, and I chose To Kill a Kingdom. Kill is a verb, right? I am pretty sure it is. So, it counts. For March, we had to pick a book that had the word secret in it. I have not completed this prompt. For April, we had to pick a book that had emotions in the title. Or an emotion in the title. For that, I kind of picked bittersweet because I looked this up and bittersweet can be an emotion. It counts. For May, we had to pick a book with flavors in the title, and I decided to pick Spice Road. It's spicy. Well, the book itself is not really spicy, but spice, you know? It counts. For June, we had another one where it was like a specific word that needed to be in the title, and the specific word were other, and I didn't do that. I didn't read that. For July, we had to have weather-related words, and I chose Beneath the Sugar Sky because sky, I feel like it's weather-related. For August, we had body parts. I chose Purple Hearts. I would argue a heart is a body part. Pretty important one. For September, we had game words, and I chose Hunger Games. For October, we had magic words, and I decided to go with Season of the Witch. I feel like witch is a magic word, kind of, so it counts. For November, we had another one where it was like a specific word, and this time it was good. So, of course, I had to go with School for Good and Evil. The Last Ever After, we have good in it. And finally, for December, we had to find a book that had a sound-related word, and I did not complete that prompt. So overall, I think I did fairly well in 2023, but even though I was only missing 3 books to have completed the entire thing, if I did this challenge this year, with the rules that I've set for my reading challenges, I would still not be allowed to read books despite having almost finished the entire challenge. I need to complete it in order to buy books. So let's have a look at what the challenge for 2022. So let's have a look at what the challenge for 2024 will look like. Some of the books I don't have here, so I'll edit in a picture. Some of the books I'll find as an audio, or maybe try and see if I can get my hands on one way or the other. First up, for January, we have a prompt that's called there. And for that, I've chosen to go with Almost There, which is one of the Twisted Tales. This is the one following Tiana, and I'm super excited for it. I'll either try and find it like I probably can't find it at the library, but maybe as an audiobook if that's something that is existing, or when I get a prompt, or if I land on a Treat Yourself, or if I get to the castle, this will be one of the books that I'm trying to get my hands on. Next up, we have positive words. For that, I've chosen Foul Lady Fortune, because I feel like fortune is a good word. It's a positive word. Like, at least to me it is. Fame and fortune. You know. And I'm super excited to continue with this universe and with Chloe Gong's books because, oh my god. Like, I knew that I loved These Violent Delights, but I am currently reading Our Violent End, or Ends, and so good. Don't take to heart that I keep saying in all of these videos that I'm currently reading that book, because it's pre-filmed and I keep forgetting that it's supposed to be pre-filmed, so just ignore me. So for March, we have a book that has a character name in it, and I decided to go for Seraphina and the Black Cloak. I don't know why, but I've had this for so long and I just haven't picked it up like ever, so I thought it was fun to put this on the list. Also, none of the books that I have like on any of the other lists kind of have a character name in the title, so it gave me like a chance to do like a complete free pick from what I own otherwise. And then I realized I don't have all that many books with character names in the title, but I'm actually super excited for this. It's also rather short and I think I can find it as an audio. Next up, I had to find a book that had nature words in the title, and I decided to go with Lake's Edge because like self-explanatory, and also I'm super excited about this book. Next up, we had a word specific prompt, and that was to read a book that had the word ever in it. I don't own any books, and then I went to Goodreads, kind of looked at my shelves to see if there was any books that I wanted to read, and I read both of them that were on there. So I just went into, what's it called now? It changed name. It was Script before, but now it's Aaaaand. I went into Aaaaand to see if they had anything that I wanted to read. And I found this book that's called Every Word You Never Said. And it's basically about these two young boys. One is like nonverbal, and that's kind of cool. Like, I've never read a book about somebody who's nonverbal. And then we had the other guy where it just says Jacob Walter's dad has worked to make his son's life a living hell, and I'm kind of intrigued to see what that has to do with it. So I'm very excited to see what I'll think of this book, because this is just a random book that I found, like, because I needed to find a book that had that word in it, so I'm excited to see what I think. Next up, we have the prompt called Repeating Words, and I might have gone a little bit too easy with this. Bear with me. But I've chosen The Godborn and the King. The repeating words. The Godborn and the King by Caitlin Davis. This is the final book in the Raven and the Dove series, and I am excited to complete this series and get it, ticked off my list. Even though it's actually not on my series list this year, because I wanted to pick some new series so it wasn't just a continuation of the ones that I had from last year. So next up, we have Measurements, and I felt like that was a little bit hard, but then I watched her video. I think her name is Kayla. Then I watched the introduction video and got an idea of what the prompt meant, and then I was like, timekeeper, because time is some sort of measurement, by Taurusm, and I've wanted to read this book so long. Well, it's obvious that all of the books that I own are books that I wanted to read, but I've had this for so goddamn long, and it's honestly just time to read it. I'm too tired to do this. Next up, we have another one where it's word specific, and the word is like. I didn't own anything. Story of my life, really. So once again, I did the same thing. I couldn't find anything on Goodreads that were on my shelves. So once again, I went into Aaaaand and I found Blood Like Magic by Liselle Samsbury. And that is the one that I'm going with. I don't know a damn thing about it, but that is where we're going. And I don't I don't want to look into it. I'm just going to pick that, and then it is what it is. Then we have Senses. And once again, I had issues kind of picking this because it was taste, smell, you know, I couldn't think of anything. But then I looked into the video again, the original video, and she said that it could also be like mouth or ears. And then I was like, you know what? I have the Eye of Ra by Ben Gardner. That could be great for this because it's short, you know? And obviously the Eye of Ra, I also know that this is like Egyptian mythology kind of inspired, and I'm super excited to see what this is. And also it's the first book in a series, and it looks like in the other books that we're going to Rome, and we're also going to like the Aztec, and that is super cool and definitely something that I want to check out. So I'm hoping that this book is just phenomenal so that I can move on to the other series as well. But I'm super hyped that we're starting off in Egypt, because if you know anything about me, ancient Egypt is just, I love it. I love the mythology. I love all of it. It's my Roman Empire. It kind of is, it kind of isn't. Next up we have relationships. I decided to go with Daughter of the Pirate King by Trisha Levenseller. Very nice speech. I'm super excited about this book. I wanted to read it for so long, and Caitlin is she just keeps on raving about how good it is, so I need to get my shit together and actually read it. So it was an obvious choice for me. I didn't really consider many other books. It was this one. 2 books left. The next one is another word specific prompt, and the word is only. Once again, I didn't really have anything on my shelves, so I did the same thing. First went to Goodreads, couldn't really find anything. Then I went to Aaaaaaand and I found The One and Only Ivan, which is a book that I've heard about before. I think it has been on my TBR before, but for some reason I removed it, and I don't know, I felt like it was a perfect choice to choose that and go for it. It looks nice. It looks cozy. I think I'll be able to get through it fast. I think it was rather short, but I'm actually not 100% sure. Finally, we have holiday specific words. I'm not sure this would count 100% because I chose Love in Winter Wonderland, but winter isn't really holiday specific. It's more seasony. But I believe that there is this kind of theme park-esque thing that happens in London every single December, like every single Christmas time, that is called Winter Wonderland. So that is why I was like, could I count it because of that? Because that is, you know, holiday specific, you know? So that is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to count it also because this is the last Christmas book that I have left on my shelves. So I also need to go, you know, Christmas book shopping at some point. But I wanted to pick this because I've had this for longer, obviously. That's my Buzzword challenge. And now I think I'm finally done talking about reading challenges because March is like too late to start a challenge. So you're welcome. I'm done now. I'll talk about other stuff. I promise. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know if you're participating in the Buzzword-a-thon and maybe some of the prompts or some of the books that you have chosen. Have you chosen any of the same books as me? That could be kind of fun. If you just want to let me know that you're here but don't know what to comment, you can always leave a green heart. If you like this video, please hit the like icon, and if you want to see more of my bookish content, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It would mean the world to me. And until I see you next time, bye!